Hi, in this instructional video I'm going to show you how to set up our Classic 9 modular T-slot photo booth. First you want to color coordinate everything you have. You can know what parts are the bottom because the bottom pieces all have an anti-slip rubber tape on them like this. There's 4 half circles like this. The 2 with the rubber on bottom go on the floor. The other 2 that don't have the rubber are going to go up in the air right above them. You can tell which pair go together because they're color coordinated. Like this one has an orange, yellow, and red sticker. And the one behind me has a green, black, and blue sticker on it. So make sure you keep those pieces together. The first thing you want to do is you want to set up the base area. And I've already pre-assembled some of these pieces here. What you want to do first is connect the floor joist between the 2 semicircles. So you insert this at a 45-degree angle. The camera person can come very close here and show them this connection right here. So this T-slot is put in at a 45-degree angle, and then you twist both ends at the same time to lock it in so that both this end here and this end here is locked into place. The other side is the same principle. You insert the star-shaped stud into the square plastic piece at a 45-degree angle, and then you rotate it 45 degrees to keep it level like that. Once you have the floor section set up, you want to go ahead and put in your 6 vertical columns. There's a vertical column on each end of the circle, semicircle, and the center of the semicircle here. Again, these are color coordinated. So if it has an orange stripe on it, it goes in the hole with the orange part right there. There's 2 different types of bolts that come with your system. One is a long bolt like this. The other is a short handle bolt like this. The short handle bolts go into the L brackets to keep this post connected. And then this post connects like so there. So I'm going to insert 2 of these in here. And these just thread right into the connections down below. Just one each side. The same is true for this back piece over here. Connection has 2 bolts that go into it. This side right here is the computer side. This is where the computer box goes in. And the other semicircle is where the people stand. So for the computer side, the 2 columns that go in the corners have these 2 plastic squares in each end. That's for a cross piece. And these also bayonet in. So you put them in at a 45-degree angle and then twist them like so. And the same for the opposite side. You put them in at a 45-degree angle and bayonet them in. When you go to take these apart, there's a push button. You press, and that's how they break in half. The other ones actually fold in half. But these 2 ones in the end have a push button that slides into a hole, receiving hole. Okay? So once you have these 3 holes up, you can go ahead and put on your top semicircular piece in next. To do that, you need your longer bolts. So we're going to go ahead and match up the color coordination. So black on black, green on green, blue on blue. And instead of this one bayoneting in, there's just a screw that goes right through the top of this plastic cube into a threaded T-nut underneath it. Same on this side, and same for the middle. And just so you know, this whole assembly is very wobbly until you get the actual sides velcroed on. It's kind of like the glue that holds everything together. Okay, so don't worry if it's a little bit wobbly while you're setting it up. Okay, so let's finish up the computer section. This bar on the bottom, you notice, has 2 square bayonet cubes. Into those tubes go 2 long pieces here. Pieces of angle that go on the bottom. Okay? These ones bayonet onto the bottom, with a black Velcro angle pointing towards the inside. Okay? Once you have those in place, there's a crossbar that goes in between the two. There's two holes on either side here that go in. Then you have two black crossbars that are 4 feet wide. One of them has two holes, the other one doesn't. The one that doesn't goes on top. We'll do that in a second. The one that has the two holes is going to go here in the middle. So you go ahead and put this in, but don't turn it yet. Just put it in at a 45-degree angle, and do the same for the top here. Put this in at a 45-degree angle. Oops, that's what happens sometimes. Put this in at a 45-degree angle. And then put this bottom one in. These are kind of tricky because they're both the same distance apart, so they tend to interfere with each other a little bit. Once you get them in, kind of squeeze both sides together, and then tighten it by turning this 45 degrees. Sometimes you have to hold these bayonet cubes in place to get it tight. Do the same for the one on top here. Sometimes you have to loosen a connection in order to snug it up. So I'm going to loosen this up here. Turn this bayonet cube like so, and then retighten it up again. And then you take another two long bolts, you stick them through these holes here into your metal support columns underneath. This is your computer structure right here. There's a computer box that goes right into here, and then there's a back angle that latches on here to hold the whole thing level. Okay? For this other part, it's pretty much the same thing. You color coordinate the yellow stripe to the yellow thing there, and you get my other connector here. The bayonets always go on the bottom. And then for this, again, it's 3 thumb bolts to the top here. And these hand bolts go right through the bayonet on the 2 corner pieces.